I'm a polio survivor, and I want to thank you for supporting Medicaid expansion. I do have a question about the Trans-Pacific Partnership. From what I've heard, it would increase wealth inequality, take some manufacturing jobs, and some American sovereignty. Could you comment?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad. I mean, people say, was that a hard decision to expand Medicaid? No, it's a piece of cake. If I got a chance to help the mentally ill, the drug addicted, the working poor to get up on their feet, why would I say no? I don't know if any of you saw 60 Minutes last night about that, what's it called, the health wagon. Did you see that story?
Yes.
Well, that's what it's come to. We got to drive around and do cupcake sales to help people that don't have any health care? Well, anyway, let's go to your question. Are we going to lose sovereignty because of TPP, the transfer? No, we're not going to lose any sovereignty. What's the problem with it? I think one of the problems that may get resolved before it's over is what we call currency manipulation, where a country, manipulates their currency. Now, that's always hard to find out. But if we can find it out, then it ought to be a trade violation. Now, let me also say to you, the reason why we need that agreement, these are all these countries in Asia. We need to have allies in Asia that protect us or offer us support against an increasingly aggressive China. Now, we don't need to declare China as an enemy, but we need to understand who they are. Now, let's talk about trade in general. 1 out of every 5 Americans has a job connected to trade. 38 million Americans work in trade. So let's say we decide we're not going to have any more trade. Okay, what happens? Well, what will happen is we don't have any trade, so nothing comes in. The prices of what we have here goes up. So people buy less of it. They buy less of it, that doesn't mean we need to make any more of it. So what does that do to people who work? It unemploys them. Now I'm going to tell you another thing that's really interesting, and it's about a thing called innovation. When Tommy and I were kids, do you know why the Japanese cars got into this country? Because our cars weren't very good. Okay, they were not very good. And when the Japanese cars came in, well, all of a sudden the U.S. automakers said, maybe we better make better cars. Maybe we better compete. So yesterday I'm watching the LPGA and they got the Kia golf tournament. That's unbelievable. But the fact of the matter is that trade, sir, can be good for innovation. And look, America is the most open economy in the world. All we're doing with trade deals is lowering their barriers. Now, get these guys back here. They don't want to hear all this talk. So what happens if something comes in here and takes a job away? Well, I tell you, the answer to that is we got to be right in front to take that worker and retrain them, because jobs are always changing in this country. We used to make buggy whips many years ago. We don't make buggy whips anymore. Somebody else makes buggy whips. But what we know is that if somebody gets displaced by trade, we got to be there. When I know something's going to close down in my state, for example, we have a company that is going to close a facility over time, and it's because the oil and gas industry has gone south. They're not making as many things. So you know what we're doing? We're up there. We're going to send everybody up there. We're going to train you for something that's real so you can get another job in a changing economy. Now, I would also tell you that when countries take advantage of us, we need to act immediately against them. Because I think we've been arrogant in this country by saying, oh, well, they're cheated, or we'll get to it later. And let me give you an example. I have a friend who ran Weirton Steel. I called him the other day because we were discussing trade. And I reminded him that when he was the CEO of Weirton Steel, they closed down. They went bankrupt. Part of it was because he couldn't get a vote from the retirees to try to straighten out the finances. But you know what he told me? The problem gets to be when you know that somebody's cheating, they know how to cheat, they know how to be smart about cheating, Tommy. So what they do is they cheat in ways that by the time we accumulate the information, the job is gone. We need an early warning system when we suspect it and see it, and we've got to stop these people from sending their products in this country. So I think we can have a system that works for the workers, that permits innovation, the change of industry, but you got to also have fair trade deals. You got to enforce them. And in addition to that, if somebody does lose their job, we got to get them another job. And how you getting along, by the way?
Very well, thank you.
How long have you had polio?
Since I was 10 months old, which was September of 1952. And the doctor said if I lived, I'd be a vegetable. I'd never be able to use a wheelchair. The doctors were wrong. The Lord and my parents were right.